So StreamYard, you will see a picture of a very famous couple right now, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Um, we've all heard about their history, in the press, and just particularly the British media. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, they do not get along. The British media cannot stand Meghan Markle. They were going through mama's trash. They found like personal letters and things like that, to the point that Prince Harry filed a lawsuit against one of those publications, a publication called The Sun. He sued them for defamation and for invasion of privacy because of things that they printed about him and his wife, Meghan. And he won. He actually won his defamation lawsuit. The Sun publication, they issued him an apology, and not only that, he won 10 million pounds from that company. So while Prince Harry may have lost, he gave up his royal status, that 10 million pounds from the Sun is, that's going to come in nice and handy with his new life in Hollywood. So that just goes to show you, whether you're a national publication like the Sun, or you're an online blogger like Tasha K or Milagro Grams, you can't just say whatever you want in the in the public. If you're going to claim something about someone, particularly someone who is a public figure, you better have something to back it up. All right. Now, the next story we had about defamation is Diddy. Diddy is suing one of his accusers for his attorney for defamation. A gentleman by the name of Courtney Mitchell. Apparently, Courtney shared videos from the freak off parties with his attorney, and Diddy is saying that it has cast a poor light on him, and he is suing Courtney Mitchell for $50 million. Okay. Do we think that this, of all the things going on with Diddy, do we think that this is what he needs to focus on? Sir, you are facing a lot of criminal charges. I think you better leave Courtney alone, and focus on your defense. Focus on the defense, okay? But okay, so yeah, so Diddy is suing one of his I guess what do you call that? Somebody who's suing you. He's suing somebody for defamation, all right, for $50 million, because he said that they shared the videos of these illicit sex parties that he was supposed to be having. Okay. And our third defamation lawsuit, my Chris Brown friends, perk up your ears. Hold on a second. Oh, stop screen. Oh, wait, who else? Yes, let me share this real quick with y'all. And our third defamation story has to do with Chris Brown. Chris Brown is suing Warner Brothers for $500 million. He is suing them for $500 million, because apparently recently they aired a documentary about Chris Brown called A History of Violence, right? And apparently in this documentary, they called him a serial rapist and abuser. And they used testimony from a former accuser whose name was never released and was apparently later discredited, right? So Chris Brown is suing Warner Brothers for defamation because he's saying you guys are out here trying to tarnish my image. Now, here's the thing about defamation. When you sue someone, and I'm not just talking about specifically Chris Brown, I'm talking about all three of any defamation case, right? is it defamation if it's true? Now, Prince Harry, it was proven that everything that the Sun was printing, it was garbage. So that's out of the way. Diddy here, we have indications that some of what you're being accused of may be true. We have accounts, right? So can you sue someone for defamation if what they are saying is true? Thank you for the like on Instagram. And then for Chris Brown, right? Now I feel like lately Chris Brown he has lain low. He's been minding his business. He might get into a kerfuffle every now and then, but I have never known, I have not heard, within the celebrity gossip files of anything about Chris Brown sexually assaulting women. I have heard about him being abusive, in the past, but I would say it's been a long time since we've heard about that. What would be the impetus for Warner Brothers to release this docu-series now? And why would you use someone's information who had been discredited, right? Are you just doing it for views? And now it's like, if you're using a source that you know isn't true, that can be defamation unless you have charges. You're saying that someone is a repeated sexual abuser, as well, as well as just a physical abuser, and saying that you're essentially saying that they've been convicted, but you don't have all of that, right? Whereas in the Diddy case, we've got so much that we're seeing coming out that it's kind of like, yeah, this might be true, right? But when it's defamation, sometimes the defense to a defamation lawsuit is that it's true. Like, if you are, if somebody goes around saying so and so stole, Natalie stole $50,000 from me, right? And I sue that person for $50,000, but they can show where I don't know, they got video of me going into the vault taking the $50,000. That's not defamation. All you're telling the truth. So just because someone says something bad about you, it's not really defamation unless it's untrue, right? If somebody's just basically reading out your rap sheet, that there's no defamation in that exists. Round Nunes said, I'm surprised at Warner Brothers for using discredited information. Right. And I'm wondering, like, A, why use that source, and B, why release it now? When's the last time we heard about Chris Brown really being in trouble? Like, that man is making music and, dancing his way onto glory. But just to round it out, when it's not defamation if it's true. If somebody's saying something bad about you and it's true that you did that bad thing, you can't really sue them, right? Unless it's like, you have an NDA saying, I'm not going to tell, that you like to, I don't know, eat your boogers or something. I don't know, whatever. But yeah, it was a lot of defamation stories this week. Okay. Let me remove